What's up? Amateur Lore here, and today I wanted to do something a little different. Let's take a look at some quote-unquote historically dominant basketball schools, but we're going to be looking at the rare times their football teams were actually good and making noise in the college football world. Also, to define what a basketball school is, I kind of just went on Reddit and saw a post that had a list of basketball schools, and I just went with that. Also, I might make this into a series, so I'm only going to be doing a couple of teams in this video today. That out the way, let's hop right in. Alright, so we got to talk about the 2014 Arizona Wildcats. As a self-proclaimed Pac-12 superfan, I cannot believe I thought Arizona was a part of that top tier, or at least tier 2 level of old Pac-12 football schools. But doing research for this video, I couldn't believe Arizona only had 3 10-win seasons in the last 31 years. Crazy, but let's not dwell on how ass this football team has been over the last 3 decades. We're here to look at their miracle 2014 season. So let's start this video how we always do, with taking a look at the head coach and some of the key players. Leading the program at head coach was Rich Rodriguez, and the man he trusted under center to lead his team was Anu Solomon, who passed for over 3,700 yards and rushed for nearly 300. But that was not close to the team lead in rushing yards, as that title was held by their stud running back Nick Wilson, who had 16 rushing touchdowns and almost 1,400 yards on land. In contrast though, through the air, Caleb Jones would finish with the team lead in receiving yards at over 1,000. Starting the 2014 season, Arizona would beat the brakes off of UNLV 58-13, and that was just a tease, as their next 3 wins would all be close games, only won by 1 score, against teams such as UT San Antonio, Nevada, and California.
Wilson, untouched, touchdown, Arizona.
Solomon, go down the short, handoff Nix, got the first down inside the 20, 50, 10 to the 5, corner, into the end zone, touchdown, Arizona. At the Nevada 35, Solomon rolling left, throwing downfield, got a man open, caught inside the 5, into the end zone, touchdown.
Arizona got it quick. They indicate touchdown.
Come off as if he didn't do anything, so they got the call.
Solomon throws a beauty into the far. Timeouts. Here we go on 4th down. Solomon back to throw, gonna run, gonna pitch it out ahead. Austin Hill breaks to the 50, dragged down. 7 seconds left, no timeouts left.
Better in space in open field running.
Jones lines up in the slot to the right of Solomon. He is back to throw. He is rolling. Looking downfield. Has time to set up. Throws it long. Has a man. It's up and down. It's caught in the end zone. Caught in the end zone.
4-0 and starting to taste a little bit of success, the scene was set for some good old-fashioned Pac-12 Thursday night action. Back when you could watch some good Power 5 schools games during the weekday and not have to only watch MAC and Sunbelt games, even though I love me some action. Okay, Pac-12 glaze aside, the stage was set for a match between undefeated teams, as number 2 Oregon hosted our underdogs Arizona. Coming into this matchup, I remember not many people giving Arizona a chance, as this was supposed to be Oregon's year, and while I was watching live way back then, I thought the same thing, to be honest. But noticed not too long into the game that I might be in store for something crazy on this Thursday night.
How do you see this one playing out?
I think it's going to be tough. I mean, when you look at Arizona and what they're doing so far defensively, it's a little scary. You know, you're talking about one of the best offenses in college football, especially when you're talking about the run.
It never rains in Autzen Stadium, so they say, but it will be a torrential downpour of noise. Throwback, I saw this in practice. He can throw it, he does. Freeman to Mariota, still has it. Marcus Mariota, he fumbled the football. Did he get in before he fumbled? They say yes. Arizona. Nick Wilson into the end zone, and the Wildcats have the lead. They can pick up a first down without scoring. Mariota throwing to the back of the end zone. There's a flag that came out and fly. Ellen. Mariota on the slant. Low into the end zone. Touchdown Ducks. And we're an extra point away from being tied. Wildcats trying to take the lead. Handoff into the end zone, and a touchdown for Terrace Jones-Grigsby. And Arizona's up by a touch.
After Arizona's biggest win in the last decade over the number 2 ranked Oregon Ducks, the Arizona Wildcats would go from unranked all the way to the number 10th ranked team in the entire country. Unfortunately, after building up all this momentum, Arizona would go 1-2 over their next 3 games, with a loss against USC, a win against Washington State, and another loss against the 22nd ranked UCLA Bruins, moving their record all the way to 6-2 and dropping their ranking down to the 19th spot in the country. I really have to give credit to this Arizona football team, because if this was my Florida Gators, they would have just gave up on the season and started focusing on next year if they lost 2 of their next 3 games. But props to this Arizona coaching staff and team leaders for making sure the team stayed focused and finished off conference play strong, as they would rattle off 4 straight wins against some really tough competition, such as Colorado, Washington, number 17th ranked Utah, and the 13th ranked Arizona State Sun Devils.
Yards rushing on the night, and on the play fake, he'll throw, caught at the 5-yard line, diving for the 4. Solomon Back to throw, fires downfield, got a man open, caught inside the 5, into the end zone, touchdown!
Wilson, touchdown. First year as a starting place kicker. And they fake it. Skowron, running to the corner. Skowron, touchdown Arizona. Clean snap, got it. A hero.
Strong was in motion. Kelly, backside pressure, it's on the ground. Picked up by Arizona, all the way to the house. Offense, they go shotgun. And there's the handoff to Wilson, and he pops it. Nick Wilson, touchdown.
Offense have to bail out his backup quarterback, Mike Bercovici.
2nd and 14. Pressure again. Solomon gets away. Bad wheel and all. His pass caught.
With the Wildcats' first 10-win season since 1998, ranked number 7th in the country, with 3 all-conference first-team members in a spot in the Pac-12 championship game against the number 2 ranked Oregon Ducks, many, myself included, would consider this season as a dub for Arizona, as this is the so-called basketball school's most successful season in a while. But believe it or not, there was even more at stake. Now hear me out, I'm not saying with the win Arizona would be a guaranteed playoff team, but beating the number 2 team in the country twice and being a Pac-12 champion, I'm just saying the committee would have a hard time keeping them out.
Nelson, the play fake, Mariota. Play fake again, Mariota again. All the way to the pylon, touchdown. Marcus with plenty of time. It's caught. Touchdown, Devin Allen.
Down the field. That is special.
From the 11. Rolling and throwing. Back of the end zone. Carrington, touchdown! They left a lot of points out there in the first half. Touchdown, Mariota.
Ajaib bust loose, and he's going to take it to the house on his first touch of the game. Touchdown, Boise State.
This year, he has unselfishly taken on that role. Solomon all day to throw. Now trying to throw it deep, and it is caught!
Alright, from the West Coast and Grand Canyon State, we travel across the entire country to reach our next destination, Chapel Hill, headquarters for the 2015 North Carolina Tar Heels. And just like our last team, I could have swore the Tar Heels had a decent football program, but that must just be my recency bias, as the basketball department is leagues ahead of the football department. Regardless, this 2015 North Carolina football squad was an important one, as this is without a doubt their best football season since 1997. Hopefully that sets the scene and hypes this squad up a bit. So let's get into the coach and team leaders. Leading the team at head coach was Larry Fedora, who had turned this historically average football team into an offensive juggernaut, as this year they were 9th in the country in points per game, averaging nearly 41. The man tasked with running this high-flying offense was quarterback Marquise Williams, who would pass for over 3,000 yards and rush for nearly 1,000. While he fell short on the ground, the Tar Heels running back Elijah Wood would far surpass that, as he would put up around 1,500. The same couldn't be said for the passing game, as there wasn't a single dominant receiver, but there was for sure a group effort, as 4 receivers would finish this year with over 480 yards. And also, this is random because he barely played, but the titty lover himself, Mitch Trubisky, was the backup quarterback on this squad. Speaking of this squad, let's jump into their first game of the season against the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Williams to pass again. Touchdown, North Carolina. 3rd and 5. Mitch. Touchdown. Sean Carson gets a carry, and Carson can go. Watch out. Sean. He's closest to him. Williams extends the play to the end zone. Intercepted! 2 times tonight he's been intercepted in the end zone, and it's Sky Moore.
What? You thought they were going to win their first game of the season? Nah, not in this video. Don't worry though, because that first loss of the Tar Heels 2015 season wasn't a sign of things to come. If anything, it was quite the opposite, as what this team would do next would shock the college football world. After their loss to the Cox, Carolina would have 3 straight games at home against some lower competition, as they would demolish teams such as North Carolina A&T, Illinois, and Delaware, setting their record to 3-1 right before the start of ACC conference play. If you thought conference play was going to slow this team down, you were wrong, as they would win 3 more games against conference opponents such as Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, and Virginia, moving their record to 6-1 heading into their biggest matchup of the season so far, on the road at number 23 ranked Pittsburgh. Although the score between Pitt and North Carolina would seem close, the game was pretty much over at the end of the first half. It was a huge win for the boys in baby blue, but that wasn't even their biggest accomplishment of the season, as that would be rattling off 11 straight wins since their first loss of the year to South Carolina, and clinching the ACC Coastal Division in a spot in the ACC Championship game.
Off play action, pressure coming. Williams stays on his feet. Flags are thrown. Open man is Switzer. He's got it inside the 30. He'll beat Panamara to the end zone, but we'll have to check the penalty. Well, they're only going to rush 4 on 3rd down and 5. Trying to play coverage, and on the slant, it is caught. Mac Hollins, the big play target. Hands unit is out there for Pitt. A bounding ball, and it's grabbed by the Tar Heels.
Kaya, empty backfield, throws, intercepted. Jeff Schottmer. Looking for a block. Still on his feet. To the 15. Running attack going. I'm going to try TJ Logan here. He dives for the pylon. Athletic move, and he got in. And here's the game. Brewer, end zone, Ford, it is caught! Touchdown!
And Sly is able to slide it through. Williams throwing to the end zone. Looking for Davis on a touchdown. The Tar Heels win.
Looking to throw. Here comes pressure. Out of the pocket. Touchdown Tar Heels. End zone. And he's going to keep it himself, and he's going to score. The 1. Right back to Hood, and this time he barrels into the end zone.
At the end of the regular season, North Carolina was sitting at 11-1, ranked all the way at the number 10 spot and set to match up against conference juggernaut and the number 1 team in the entire country, the Clemson Tigers, led by who else but the massage king himself, Deshaun Watson. If the boys in blue could win, they might be able to claim a spot in the college football playoffs, a club reserved for college football elites. Some quick side notes before we hop into the ACC championship game is that this 2015 Tar Heel squad finished with 2 all-conference first team members, and I'm not going to lie, I think Larry Fedora personally got robbed for Coach of the Year in the ACC, as that went on to be Dabo Swinney, but nevertheless these 2 coaches would have a chance to prove which football mind was superior, as they were set to match up against each other.
An electric night in Charlotte where a crucial piece of the playoff puzzle will be earned and the Dr. Pepper ACC Championship will be won. The Carolina Tar Heels and the Clemson Tigers, the home of the Carolina Panthers here, equidistant from the 2 campuses, as the Tar Heels try for their first ACC title in 35 years, and number 1 Clemson tries to punch its ticket for the Final Four. But a big tackle for loss on 1st down by Rashad, backs him up 2nd and 15. Watson flips it short. Gallman walks in.
Is to really put points up.
Williams chased immediately. Stays alive and flips it to a wide open TJ Logan. The running back has a block, has space, has a touchdown. That's been the pattern when they motion an empty backfield. It may be predictable, but it's tough to stop.
Tempo right now, they're a fastball.
Williams rolls out, flips to the end zone, touchdown. High when the play clock. Quarterback keeps it, barrels into the end zone. Zach Brooks in the backfield, but the quarterback keeps it, and why not just get a quiet night so far. He's got it this time. Gets away from Bower and dances into the corner of the end zone.
Great chemistry.
Williams pressured. Ball's out. Tigers have it. Williams delivers short. Catch made. Switzer escapes and scores, and hold on. Right here. Gets the hop. It was mishandled. Ball is still bouncing around. And the Heels have it in midfield. A flag did come in.
I think it's offsides on North Carolina.
Offsides. Kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Free kick.
So let's go to another look from this angle.
30's the closest, but he's not offsides. Nobody's offsides unless it was on the other side. Unless it was from the other side.
That shot doesn't show, to me, doesn't show anybody offside.
Nobody's offsides. And
no,
there's nobody offsides.
Look on this onside kick. This time it's Weiler, and this one's fielded. The hit made. It didn't go 10 yards, but the ball came out. A scramble now back at the 30. Orange ball. You can read the lip of the officials, and Clemson has recovered, but not without another adventure on that attempt.
Man, I totally forgot about that onside kick. I remember the game vividly and the teams, but I totally forgot that the Tar Heels had 2 chances to stay in the game late and make history. And let's keep it a bean. Even my man Kirk Herbstreit was like, what the hell is going on? That flag shouldn't have even been thrown. And if Kirk wasn't enough, I even believe Gene Steratore, the rules analyst for a lot of college football games, even said that that flag shouldn't have been thrown too. Carolina low-key got robbed, and at insult to injury, they would lose their bowl game to Baylor too. Regardless, this was an amazing years for the Baby Blue Boys, and one that will go down in Tar Heel history. That's going to pretty much wrap up this video though, so like, sub, and if you have any other video topic ideas you want me to cover, make sure to comment them down below. Go Gators!